Good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today it's a prawn recipe, an all-time favorite in my house, and here I have taken around 10 or 15 prawns, and I'm just going to do something which you need to do every time you make prawns. You need to just sprinkle salt there and just a dash of vinegar. With that dash of vinegar, you just need to marinate these prawns for 10-15 minutes. And then we have this watery solution out, and after that we cook prawns. Now this is what happens after around 10 minutes of marination. We have this milky substance there. We need to wash the prawns and they are ready to be used now. So these prawns are now ready there, and I'm just going to put in some salt there, okay, and some corn flour. But before that, I'll just do one more thing. I'll break an egg and just put in the white of the egg. The white of the egg goes in, and this I'm going to preserve for my use later in the recipe. Now I'm adding a little bit of pepper powder there, and I'm now going in to put in some corn flour. Along with that, I'm also going to put in some rice powder that will make my prawns crispy. Around 3-4 tablespoons of corn flour goes in. So there goes in around 1 big tablespoon of rice powder, and I'm just going to use my hands to mix them. Now I have used huge big prawns there. Now if I feel, or if you feel it's becoming a little it's not exactly the way you want the consistency, you can give the white of one more egg, but it should be something like this, sticking, the whole mixture sticking to the prawns. So this is fine, and at this point be careful about the salt that you're using. The salt should be perfect, and then that's when it works its wonders, right? Okay, now this is ready to be fried. Meanwhile, I have put around 5 tablespoons of oil. This is vegetable oil that I am going to fry my prawns in. While the oil is heating up, I'm going to show you the other minimal ingredients that are necessary. 1 big tablespoon of corn flour. This is the yellow of the egg that we had used. We'd used the white part. And this is around 2 tablespoons of butter, around 20-25 pods of garlic made into small pieces there. And apart from that, salt according to your taste. And I'm also going to use parsley. If you do not have parsley, you can opt for mixed herbs, or you can also use some coriander leaves. So let's start making this creamy butter prawns. So the oil is heated up, and I'm going to throw in my prawns very carefully and fry them. The prawns do not take much time. That is one good thing about prawns. They cook very, very easily. Then you turn them over, and they have the beautiful pinkish brownish color. Do not overcook them because they become really, really elastic if you do so. And now they're ready to be taken out. I'm going to fry the other prawns as well. Marinade that remains back can also be fried and used because it's really yummy. So I'm putting in the marinade, just like that, and I'll also use them in my curry. Creamy, buttery prawns. They're all eggs and corn flour, and they turn really yummy. Also because of the pepper. Meanwhile, I've taken another pan, a non-stick pan, and I'm going to work on it now. Just throw in a little bit of refined oil, or you can talk about vegetable oil, and then throw in the butter. Why do we use that? It's very obvious, because we don't want the butter to burn. So we just frying up the butter a bit, and then throwing in the garlic. So all of the garlic goes in, and I'm going to fry it in. So while the garlic is actually frying up, I have to work on the egg. We'll give the egg a whisk. Before that, just a pinch of salt there, and we'll give it a nice whisk there. Just the yellow of the egg white that we had used. Now the garlic has actually browned up, and this is a stage when you drop in the yellow of the egg, and then you give it a nice whisk there so that all of them really gets that wonderful texture. And now we throw in the water. Just some water. Okay, alright, so some more water, and then we're going to put the flame on high and let it heat up. So we do not want a very watery solution or watery curry, but we want the prawns to emerge into it, or in fact be just submerged while we make them. So let it get a first boil there, and now I just throw in some salt and some pepper. Okay, now this is done and I'm going to throw in the salt. So I'll check in for the salt later. I'm just giving a little bit of salt there and let it really boil up before I add the prawns. But there's a magic tip that will come at the back. Along with the salt, I'm also going to put in some pepper powder, so that way this is how it goes, and I'll give it a nice mix there. And now let it boil up. We can cover and boil as well. Now while that's cooking up, look at the beautiful prawns, crispy, and it's really yummy. For prawn lovers like me, this is a stage also when you can really gulp them down. Around this time, you can also add in a little bit of soy sauce, just a small teaspoon of soy sauce for the beautiful color it gives to your dish. So that is it here. I've used normal soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and the color is here. And now's the time when I need to actually introduce the prawns there. It's boiling and nice and ready to accept the prawns along with all those beautiful droplets I made with the remaining marinade. So everything goes in. You may give in a little bit of hot boiling water if you want it a little more watery and you want a gravy more, so you can just put in a little bit of water. Before it starts to boil up, take a small piece of lemon and then squeeze a bit of lemon into your dish, and again let it boil up. Now all you need to do is that take the corn flour, add some water, make a slurry and throw in, and like magic it will be done. Your ready creamy buttery prawns will be ready. But before that, before we take it out, we need to put in some parsley. Now the parsley goes in. Now if you don't have some parsley, you can use coriander as well. Coriander leaves go in and give it a nice boil, and this will be done. Some people prefer to use a little bit of Ajinomoto, while some do not. Depends whether you want in or not. If you want, put in a little bit of Ajinomoto here. Around this time, add in some chili flakes according to your choice, and then just shut down the flame. Now this is ready to be served, your buttery prawn curry. Now that's ready, my buttery prawn curry. Look at how beautiful the color is, and with that beautiful splash of flavors there, a burst of flavors in my pan. And now it's ready to be served with some fried rice. So it's a beautiful blend of the Indian and the Chinese. And then here we have our version of the buttery prawn curry. So this is what I offer for you today, a beautiful and unique dish. I hope you'll give it a like and a thumbs up, and I hope you'll try it out and let me know in the comment section how it came out to be. I hope you've subscribed to my channel, and thank you so much for watching.